Good morning everybody and welcome to Training Tuesday with Selling on eBay. So today, as part of our Back to Basics system, we're going to talk about feedback. And if you are new to eBay, then you may think, oh, what is all this feedback thing about? It used to be a whole lot more important than it is today, back in the early days when everything was fresh and new. And everybody used to leave feedback, so it was very important that your feedback score was good. Feedback is what when there's a transaction, you have a buyer and the seller, and they can both leave feedback for each other. Now, for quite a long time now, sellers can only leave positive feedback for buyers. Buyers, on the other hand, have three choices. They can leave positive, neutral, or negative feedback for the seller. So the first thing I would say straight away is that if you're a buyer and you're unhappy with your purchase or the transaction, please do contact the seller before you leave them negative or neutral feedback. Give them a chance to put things right. If they don't put things right, then you can blast them with your anger. But it's only fair to give them a chance first. Having said that, for a lot of sellers, the feedback score is actually not that important anymore. It used to be that eBay would punish sellers if they had bad feedback, and if you have appalling feedback, that probably still happens, but it's not as important as it used to be. eBay judges sellers with different types of metrics now, so it's not as important as it used to be. Depends on the seller, of course. If you're a new seller and you get a negative feedback and you've only sold 5 things, that will look really bad on your record. Once you get past about 100, it's not so important. So how do you leave feedback? Well, you go to the purchase page where you've bought your items, and you have a lot of different choices on the right-hand side of the page, where you can contact the seller, for instance, where you can ask to return an item, and also where you can leave feedback. And when you click on leave feedback, you then have a number of different options. So one of the things you can do, for instance, is you have to say whether you want to leave positive, negative, or neutral feedback. And when you've done that, you then you need to put in a comment. Now, the comment can be very detailed, well, as detailed as you can be in the short space that you've got, but the comment can say, beautiful jumper, very warm, etc., etc., or the comment can just say, great. It doesn't really matter. You also will be asked when the item arrived. Did it arrive on time? And again, from a seller's point of view, it's helpful if that's accurate. So it's not how you feel about should it have arrived the day after, it's about did it arrive when the seller said it should arrive. And finally, you get the chance to leave more detailed ratings, and these are for things like the description, the postage cost, and the seller's communication. And again, you don't need to leave these more detailed star ratings, but you can if you want. So that's pretty much it on how to leave feedback, and I hope you found that useful. So next week we're going to be talking about research. Research is a big topic, and it'll crop up a few more times yet. So we're going to start with where you go from here. You've got your account and you want to sell something, so we start with the research on what you're going to sell. So see you, hopefully, in a week's time, and have a great weekend.